takes a lot of time to plan that. But the advantage of having a master plan is you do it once, and then you have that benefit for every day on this point onwards. So, and then I remember it. I know every day what I'm doing at 2 o'clock. I know what I'm doing at 4 o'clock. I know what I'm doing at 6 o'clock. The more I got into that, the more excited I became, because I discovered that I waste so much of my time on just really meaningless things. Commuting, being on social media, or watching and reading things that are really not that important and meaningful in my life. The thing that amazed me is you can actually have everything that you could ever want out of life in a day. In fact, people go to universities for 10, 15, 20 years to learn how to study to be a doctor or an architect or an investment banker or a lawyer so that they can have a better life. And I will submit to you that you can spend that much time or more learning how to live one day fully, whereby you are touching on every aspect of life. And the beauty of that is, we hear it all the time, live each day like it's your last. Make sure that you live day fully, live in the moment. And that's what happens. And if ever I felt that life would end for me, it's not like I missed something. It's not like something I was supposed to get 5 years from now that I never achieved, and therefore I feel I died too soon. What a shame that I did not live my life the way I should have. No, everything seems to feel right. If I was to end my life tomorrow, it's okay. I've been feeling living my life every day like it was just complete and full and so on. And when you start planning it carefully, you realize that you can make it happen. The other day I was in the evening and I was lounging around, and then I felt kind of a bit of anxiety that I was supposed to be writing a lot of things. And I thought to myself, shouldn't I be writing instead of kind of watching TV or doing whatever I'm doing? And it suddenly came to me and says, no, you've got your time for writing between 9:30 and 11:30 in the morning. So you've already taken that into consideration. You've already established your priorities. And that's the other thing about routine, is that you put all your priorities in. So you know that everything that's important in your life has already been accounted for in that routine. So when I was thinking about writing at night, I thought, it's accounted for, it's got its place, I'm going to do it in the morning. And I was able to let go of it. I was no longer stressed about not writing, and I was able to be in that moment. At the same time, a couple of days later, I was actually in that period of time, 9:30 to 11:30, and I was supposed to be writing, and I didn't feel like it. I tried, I just didn't come to me. And I started thinking, oh, did I make a mistake here? Is my assumption wrong? Am I thinking that I can write at this time, but then actually it's not going to come? And I thought to myself, don't worry about it. You're going to be writing from 9:30 to 11:30 forever. So if you don't write today, you're going to write tomorrow or the day after. So it didn't matter. Just knowing that it's there and it's allocated and it's taken care of really went a long way in terms of allowing me to live more freely in the moment and do what I'm supposed to do in that moment, and knowing that everything else is taken care of. There's a meeting that I go to that takes me 15 minutes to drive. I realized that if I walk it there, it takes me half an hour. And when I walked it, I enjoyed it so much more because I did not realize how much I was missing when I'm driving. I didn't know what's in the stores. I could stop at any minute. I can see something. I can talk to people. I can see people in the eye when they pass by. I can stop at any minute to grab a coffee if I wish, or a juice or whatever. So then I realized to myself, well, if I walked there for half an hour and I walked back, it would take me an hour. But if I had driven, it would take me half an hour. So what I've done here is I've now got an hour of activity, but it only cost me half an hour, because I would have wasted that half hour driving, not to mention the pollution and the parking and all of the other things about missing everything. So that's an example of putting in my activity during the day while I'm actually commuting between one thing and the other. I started to realize, even from that initial planning, some great benefits that I had never even considered before. Just even by starting with the basic things, with my writing in the morning and with my meeting at noon, and sleeping, and some of the other basic things that I have started, like I would call them like pegs, that I ended up solidifying. And I did that for a period of time, and then life happens, and sometimes it distorts. Life is not perfect. I'm not perfect. I know what I need to do, but I can't always do it. But I do know that I get back to it as soon as I can. So for that period of time, I found myself, and I did not realize it at the time, but I found myself just happy. And somebody asked me, are you happy? I said, you know what? I have never been happier in my life. There was nothing in particular. I just felt, and this is the first time in my life that I heard myself say, I have never been happier in my life. I cannot describe to you the serenity and the happiness that I had of having this kind of predictable life, knowing from day to day and not having to worry about anything in the future. Is just inherently, it just made me very happy.